Teal Stone Homestead.
Hello.
Over that way. You got it? No. That way. She's there. Oh my god.
Why is she towards me?
I don't know. Okay, we're weird. But anywho.
You have to put your finger
one of these
we have to touch.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Just kidding. I'm weird. See?
Yes.
Except mine cuts off.
Yeah.
Alright.
I feel like E.T. or something.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Whiskey Tango Talk. I'm Brandon. It's Kristin. Whiskey Tango Farms. We have Tiffany from Teal Stone Homestead on. Yep. Go ahead. I had another thought come to my brain, and I lost all train of speaking. Or whatever I'm trying to say.
Just do some really quick announcements. We do this every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central. If you haven't heard, Quail was announced a couple days ago, so tickets are on sale now. They're selling really fast already, so we're doing 400 tickets this year. It's a 2-day event instead of just 1 day, so check out the details at myshirefarm.com. There's a YouTube video on My Shire's YouTube as well that gives some of the details and such. The Quail Daddies calendars will be for sale for another week or so get yours while you can. Quail Daddies, yep. And hopefully soon we'll be doing a model call, so stay tuned.
Call.
Yes.
I just so happened to pick up this one's the first one.
Mr. April himself.
Go get your some.
Yeah, that's a good one. So anywho, yeah, we have Tiffany here from Teal Stone Homestead over in Indiana. So do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself first, then we'll go into the pictures and then questions?
Sure. Okay, so yeah, like Kristin said, I'm Tiffany, and I live in the suburbs here in around Fort Wayne area with my husband and our 2 dogs, and we have a kitten. And we have a lot of rabbits, like a lot of them. We also have a small backyard flock of chickens, and we also have quail that we first acquired from Kristin and Brandon. So that is kind of cool. And all in the suburbs. We live on less than 0.4 acres, so it's an adventure. We also have a garden. The garden is something I'm trying to focus more on this year, so yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's every year there seems to be something new that kind of develops here, but we really like doing the whole homesteading thing here. Someday we will have a farm, but we're not there yet. So anyway, I do a lot of rabbit videos on YouTube and other types of homesteading videos, but mostly rabbit videos. So that is basically who I am.
I'm sorry. I read a comment and it's...
We'll get to it. You'll think it's funny too.
Okay.
It's ironic, I guess. So, because continue, sorry.
Nope, I'm done. I mean, that was pretty much it.
Here, well, now you need to run this ship because I don't know how to do the picture thingy and send it up there.
Send it up to the people?
Yeah.
Okay.
We need to teleport the pictures.
Here, I'll swap you.
Okay. He's my tech support.
That's how I am with Jamison. I'm just like, you do my sound for me. You just go set that up and I'll do everything else.
Yeah.
Holy
Someone's
crow.
at the garage.
Oh.
Thanks. Hopefully the kids will get that.
Oh, where'd the sound go?
I don't know. She's still there. She's just not talking.
Yes, I'm still here.
See?
Oh, now I hear her.
We're good.
Okay. I was like, oh no.
Did you hit the button?
What button?
That is not what I wanted to do. Why are we doing this? Wow.
I told you that having me on the show will present technical difficulties every single time. I don't know why. I would like to think that I'm actually good at tech and stuff like that, but every single time something goes wrong, I swear.
You and me both.
I don't know. I'm just cursed or something.
Why does it have to play music? I don't play music.
Well, can you
do no music?
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Here. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Do you guys see music?
Is it on the screen?
Why is it not letting me control it?
Oh no.
We need tech support for the tech support.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys.
I don't know. She's making me do some stuff. All right, we're gonna share this, and hopefully, like, I don't want the music, but are you guys seeing this? Are we?
I see me still. I don't know what they see.
Oh, Nikes. I screwed it up. I apologize.
Can we just share our screen and like minimize?
No.
Try turning it off and then on again.
Yes.
All right. Let's go back. All right, we're at the beginning. Can everybody else see it?
Can you guys see?
I don't think everybody can see it because I don't have it here.
Do you guys still see me? I still see me, but
yeah, you just see you.
Oh wait, will I not see it?
No, you will.
Oh, okay.
I'm just being. I don't want to do that.
Anybody that was on my previous tattoo live stream, also, I said I was gonna get another ring light. I did it. Finally, the side of my face is not dark, so yay! It did it for you guys.
Do that. I apologize. I'm really sorry. This will happen.
Brandon, it's okay.
Let's say you did it for Jasmine.
Yeah, because I had time to mess with this.
I mean, if you don't, we don't have to share pictures. If we can't, that's fine.
I just have to get back to Chrome. Here we go.
Oh, so hey! Oh my gosh, Inception!
Holy crow, right?
Inception.
All right, now everybody's gonna see this. All right, we're there.
Oh, there we got it.
We're there. So this is the awesome Tiffany.
Now what?
I can hit the next photo.
That is me and Jameson.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
It's Tiffany and her husband.
Who is very talented, by the way.
Yes, my husband is a very talented musician, but he's also
he's awesome.
Yeah, he's trying to be more creative, and I totally support him and all of that. I love his music. That's actually how we met. Actually, we met in college at freshman year, and yes. Yeah, I needed him.
He has a channel too, right? One Man Jam. And his cover of Dream On is like goosebumps.
Yeah, he does a lot of covers and stuff, and he's working on something original right now for like Pokemon and stuff. We're millennials, guys. Pokemon is like, it's the cool thing. So.
All right, here's another one.
So I was unsure if Kristin was going to share these.
You're so cute, though.
This is me in 4-H, and I don't know if my YouTube peeps have ever seen that, but I've been doing rabbits for a while. Like, basically, I got into them when I was, 9 or 10 years old or something, and that's a Holland Lop in my hands right there, but like I basically did Dutch competitively for several years, and so once I went to college, though I turned 18, I had to sell out. And then, went through the whole, that's me at 4-H again with my tie-dye on. But yeah, so went to college and everything, got out, got married, got a house, and got back into rabbits. And so, yeah, that is my old setup right there. My dad actually built me an awesome rabbit shed when I lived at home. We lived on a farm, so he built me, it was really, really cool. He built me my own little shed there. So you can see some of my Dutch in the background right there. But that dog right there, that is actually Stone. And that is why we're called Teal Stone, actually, because he is the inspiration for so much of what I do. So, and I know that some people will resonate with this more than others, but he was my heart dog. So I did lose him in the beginning of, let's see, was it 2019 or 2020? It's terrible that I'm pretty sure it was 2020. But yeah, I did lose him. And so that's when I named it Teal Stone. after him. So he was very, very special to me. So
he looks super cute.
Yes, he was just awesome. Like I wish that I could like capture him more in video like that I can do now, or I don't have that much really good quality stuff of him like video wise, but I wish I could have captured more. But yeah, he was awesome. So this is a picture of our backyard when we very first moved here into our house here in the suburbs. And
yeah, it's definitely changed a lot.
It has changed so much. So basically whoever sold the house to us, they didn't mow for like probably several months. It was like basically a pasture when we very first bought it. Yeah, I needed one then, but like but yeah, so that was our backyard. And since then, it has been, 2017, 18, 19, 20, 22. It's been almost 5 years. That was taken in 2020, so we really transformed the place. And
glow up.
Yeah, it really did blow up. So you can see my chicken coop is red.
Yeah, you got there. A nice fence and...
Yeah, we paid to have the fence completely redone because like I wanted it for Aria, one of our dogs loves to jump, and I thought that she was going to escape. But also it really helps me because I'm not good at filming like with people watching, and we have neighbors that are very close to us, and one of our neighbors is like literally out in her backyard all the time. So it really helps with that. Not be self-conscious when I'm doing videos.
Yeah. It can be hard when there's,
it is.
A bunch of people driving by and just staring at you. And
yes, I see people. Yeah. Yeah. I see people like vlogging in like public. Like I see it on YouTube. I don't really ever see it in real life. But like when I see it, I'm just like, man, I wish I had that level of confidence, but I'm not there. Maybe I'll get there. I'm getting better. But you can see the garden, a rabbit tractor. Those herb beds aren't there anymore. We actually moved them. And then the Teal Stone hutch is actually back in the corner there. So
now you got 2.5 of those.
Yeah, but the buck hutch wasn't built at this point. So it's not there. But yeah.
Oh, you just had the buck hutch. I thought you had 2 of these ones.
I have... Oh no, I just have one of the big, like gigantic ones, and then
you have the buck hutch, and then you have the two rabbit tractors up on stilts.
I actually have 3 rabbit tractors, but only 2 of them are on the stilts right now, and I'm not sure what. I mean, I use them all the time. I'm not really sure what we're gonna do about them this summer. But yes, that is the Teal Stone hutch. First picture I took of it once I actually got it set up, and I was very, very proud of it. But the grass didn't last very long there. That will happen with rabbits though, with high traffic and stuff like that. So it happens. That's when we had the buck hutch put in. Winterized it with plastic on 3 sides, and I don't think that I had built or rigged the roll down plastic thing at that point, but yeah, it is winterized. You can like basically now you can like roll it down and like it's like protection from the rain and stuff.
Little bunnies.
Little bunnies. Yes.
Chocolate
and a blue.
Oh, blue.
But I think it's a blue. I know that at the time that I took that photo, I had all of the colors. I had chocolate, lilac, blue, and black, like all born at the same time. It was so exciting.
Oh my gosh.
Like Pokemon, you gotta have them all.
Yes, exactly.
That's how it is with Quail. I'm surprised you don't have all the colors of Quail yet.
Well, Brandon, we're getting there.
I can help you out.
I'm a bad influence.
Definitely help you out.
Yes.
We counted how many colors we had currently today, and I was a little blown away.
My mom was like...
She's like, how many different varieties do you have?
Really?
Like,
how many do you have?
I think I counted 15.
Colors?
But I mean, I included the celadons, the different colors of celadons we have. So
nice. That's
like 4 or 5 by itself.
That's awesome. I have a thing for the tuxedos, like the scarlet tuxedos, and then I have some pastel tuxedos too. I'm not really sure what to call them though, but I still like that one hen that I have, and I'm trying to create more of her. I've only seen one like her. She's so interesting to me. So this is what we've currently done like this winter. So basically my rabbitry has like really exploded this year, mainly because we're breeding for nationals right now. So I throughout this whole winter, I've been breeding so many rabbits. It's like actually kind of crazy. I don't know how many I have right now, but I knew that I did not want to like haul like 5 to 10 gallons of water a day out to the rabbitry. It was just kind of out of the question.
Nice because you can just go right out your side door there and walk into the back. You don't have to go outside.
Exactly. And I always have to explain this to people too. Like our garage is kind of weird. So we have the first part where you pull your car in, and then we have the second room. That's where we currently have our quail. And then the third room was just like a room. We don't really know what it was used for before. So we installed that door this summer, and we thought when we installed the door we were going to be getting goats, but the goats didn't end up happening. But I'm kind of glad because now we've just got like so many rabbits in there. And honestly, I might end up keeping them in there because I really like the convenience of it. But yeah, so we just rigged PVC, put those frames together. It was really nice.
Yeah, those are awesome. I love that the last video you did, you gave them all like little toys.
Yes.
And they're all like jingling in the background. So cute.
Yes, we have to have the toys. That's one thing that is really important to me with my rabbits too, is enrichment, because they are in cages, and so since they are in cages, I want to be able to try to give them more things to like entertain themselves and stuff like that. I'm really like, it's really important to me that they're not like just sitting there like little babies.
They're so cute.
They are. Yeah, we do tractor them sometimes. Last summer was really hard on tractoring because it was just so, I don't know if it was like this for you guys in Wisconsin, but it was so wet here in Indiana. Like it just rained all the time last year. So
it's like swampy.
Yeah, it was swampy. We had coccidiosis a couple of times, and so I was just like, nah, we're not doing that. So we took them all and raised them all up and got rid of all that. So there's a current junior buck that might be shown soon. Excited for him.
You're just so good at like posing them. Like maybe it's or like
I spend.
That's just a moment in time, dude. That's a picture. Can you imagine trying to do that by yourself? That's a rabbit. You got a hand here and a camera here, and you're like, "Come on, stay."
Do you do them alone?
And just go.
Well, oh yeah, I do them alone. Well, I will say one thing though. I was just talking to my friend Victoria the other day, and I'm just like, if a rabbit will not pose for me, they're getting cold.
Oh God. If you get a new rabbit, would you give it time though? Because you didn't like.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah. If they're brand new, but also one of the things that we've recently been discussing in one of our group chats too is that a lot of the times when they don't want to pose for you, sometimes they actually have structural issues that prohibit them from actually taking the pose properly. So that's something to keep in mind. So a lot of the times if they don't want to pose for me, I just don't even, I mean, obviously I'll spend some time trying to get them there, but I mean, some of them it's just like they won't put their head down. They're just very, and I'm just like, I don't have time to deal with that attitude.
Yeah, our new doe, she's finally letting me touch her without like jumping a lot. So I think we're getting there, and it's only been a couple days now. So
yeah. So these are creme d'argents, and I know I don't say it like a French person. Creme d'argent. I don't say that. I say creme d'argents because I'm a white American woman. But they are probably, to me, I love my silver foxes, but I'm very, very focused on my creme d'argents right now because they're very rare breed, and we're trying to push them out. We need more people to get into creme d'argents as like legit breeders and try to improve that body structure. So that's something that I'm really, really trying to work on.
I really like the creme d'argents. They're very pretty, and I like their coats.
They're so gorgeous.
Yeah, like when you run your hand and they've got that like base orange.
I really like the silver fox. I mean, Tiffany's to blame on that.
Yes.
You know, one day I stumbled across freaking videos about building a hutch, and I was like, I really like those rabbits. And I showed Kristin, and she's like, yeah, I have some of those.
And then you guys actually
Indiana.
Yep. It was fun. I didn't realize that you guys driving all that way and then they gave us backstories that they gave us quail eggs, but I think that they intended for us to eat them. But we incubated them. I'm like, Amazon Prime, let's get that incubator in here. Let's put those eggs in. And we actually got a really awesome hatch rate. And so that's where our first quails came from.
Honestly, those eggs, I can't recall how old they were at the time, but I mean, they were just like some extras we had on the counter. And
we got
Kristin's like, we'll just pack them up and we'll give them to them. You know, gave some egg scissors and stuff, and was like, "Here, you know, enjoy some quail eggs." And Tiffany's like, what kind of incubator should I get? You know, should I get this one or look at this? And we're like, yeah, you can try to incubate them.
Yeah, I know that Kristin was like super nervous. Like she's like, I don't know if they'll actually hatch for you. And I'm like, I'm gonna try it anyway.
Yeah, because I think
they were young. Like
I think the birds were probably pretty young, and the eggs, I mean, they're probably a couple days old, you know, a few days old.
They were highly fertile.
Good. I know, because I was like, oh my gosh, she's going to get a bad hatch rate. She's going to hate us. She's not ever going to like quail.
No.
And it worked out, so we're good.
Because they weren't from the breeding stock yet.
No.
That's okay. We like that. I'll probably end up getting more from you guys here in the future. But right now, I mean, right now. What?
I forgot what this rabbit's name.
That was Clove. Yeah.
Clove. Okay.
Pretty girl though.
What you have a Dolce, don't you?
I have a Dolce. Yes, I have so many rabbits.
That's a boy though.
Oh, is it?
I think, right? Dolce's a boy.
Yes, Dolce's a boy.
I remember this rabbit and seen it a lot because of
recent events.
It wasn't the recent events.
She's from Jim.
It's a good-looking rabbit.
So. Oh yeah, Clove is from Jim. Yep.
She looks like souffle.
Yeah, Jim. So this rabbit actually came from very close to us. Jim Miller, he lives, I think, like 25 miles south of us.
I'm so jealous too.
Big creme d'argent breeder, and he has some really nice birds.
Funny looking bird there.
He breeds creme d'argents and
Floridians or something.
Like that. Some white rabbit.
Does he do Florida whites? I didn't know that.
Yeah, Florida whites. There you go.
Floridians.
Yeah, he does. Those are the two breeds he does.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know he did Floridas. That's cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. Like going into his barn and like he's just got like the walls are plastered with awards. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
He has been doing this for, I think that he told me like over 40 years. He's a long time.
He's a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah.
When we went there to pick up, what was that rabbit?
Little Mama.
Kristin was like all hot to trot to go. I'm like, no, I want to pick dude's brain. I'm sitting there and asking him as many questions as possible. I want to know your knowledge. I want to transfer this guy's knowledge over to me because he's been doing this for so long. It's amazing.
That's what I did when we very first met Jim, and Jameson was actually at that show. I think that's the only show that Jameson's gotten to with me. But yeah, Jim was there, and that's when I got Clove. But also, I was talking to Jim, and I would not leave him alone. We probably talked for like 45 minutes, and I just kept asking him more and more questions.
He's super cool too. Like
he is.
He is. He'll talk to you, and he's just so calm.
Yeah, we probably sat talking for like 20 minutes at this last rabbit show. I mean,
calm is a good word for it.
Much.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Fuzzy.
That one needs some shoulders.
That one, she's a bit long. She's a bit long in the midsection. Well, shoulders, midsection. I don't know what you would call that. My friend Victoria.
Yeah.
I think she's a bit like slow to rise, is what you would call it.
There you go.
Yay, got it right.
I don't know the technical terms. I just know what a good rabbit looks like.
I'm learning.
But she's only 12 weeks old too, so we're gonna give her a pass for right now. She's looking really nice. I like her. I do think. That one, she's not named yet. She's just a keeper out of Clove and Dolce. So she's hopefully gonna be the girl that replaces Drizzle, who I just had to cull because of the whole like
the boy girl thing.
Yes.
That one best of breed.
Best opposite.
Yeah, best opposite. There you go.
Best opposite as a junior doe, and then
it's actually a boy.
Broke my heart.
I love how like your one video, you're like, he catfished me or she catfished me.
Oh my gosh, he did. He catfished me. I'm just like, I love him.
And you're like, I don't know what to call it. Him, her.
I just kept messing it up in that video, and I'm just like, because I was still calling it a her and a girl. I'm like, Clove's daughter. I'm like, it's not though. It's a son. I'm so frustrated.
This looks like I just
I just wanted to show you. I wanted to just send some pictures of some food that we make with our rabbits because I feel like that's not shown enough, and I think that what I really want to do is I might actually start doing more like cooking based, like maybe YouTube videos. I don't know. I had some people ask me about that. Smoked rabbit?
Yeah, people don't really think about rabbit and eat rabbit enough, I don't think.
Yeah. It's so good though.
It's a very good food source.
Well, when we tell people too that we eat rabbit, a lot of times, well, at least people around here, they think of like wild rabbit.
Yeah.
And it's
way totally more different.
Yeah. Like farm rabbits are different. And
so basically, we were calling them four-legged chickens. They're very lean, like white.
Kind of like chicken, like between a chicken and I would say almost like a pork loin.
Like a low-fat pork chicken cross, kind of. Yeah.
It's like the back strap of a pork is very lean and.
These are just my iPhone photos, but yeah, so many. I'm making that tomorrow, actually.
All right, get weird.
Hang on, guys.
Get weird.
Get weird. Inception. There we go.
Wow. All right, I know. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Apologize. I'm gonna flip you again here.
Oh my gosh. You make people sick.
So.
All right.
I think we can go to questions and kind of comments, and concerns. I know we have just one that didn't make it to this thing from Steve.
Yeah, S.O. Swanson. Hello. Can't wait to hear about some furry stuff. I'm all ears. LOL. And hello to everyone from Memphis, Tennessee, where only 31,000 people don't have power from that little ice storm a week ago. Oh, there's a latte. There's a potato on my couch. It's a couch potato.
Potato?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. Olivia, come get her, please.
As much as I love her, she can't be on my lap right now.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Jasmine.
Oh, I clicked on a button? Or did you?
I did. I was trying to distract everybody from the crazy dog. The crazy one, yeah.
All right.
Jasmine's
says, all ears.
And the bunny emoji.
Verna's here. Evening, Kristin, Brandon, and Tiffany. S.L. Swanson said, yeah, I like that.
You like that, did ya?
Wow, I can't read it. My second choice was to nibble on the knowledge.
Oh, that's a good one, too. We were exchanging weird jokes, or like cheesy dad jokes in the group chat earlier.
Oh, I was trying to read this stuff. So
it might, yeah.
Jasmine says, hello, everyone. Excited to tune in from Southwest Missouri and learn about rabbit husbandry. Yay.
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 I'm sorry. I could be worse.
You see what I have to put up with?
I mean, yes, I'm wearing shorts so you can see a little leg.
Oh, he's getting ready for that next photo shoot.
Yeah, speaking of model call.
Quail Town's in the house says, hi, y'all. Hello, good evening. Thanks for joining. Verna says, I'm wondering how I could add rabbits to my small area as well. So she lives in an apartment building. Do you have any suggestions on how she could raise a rabbit?
Stacker cages, for sure. I mean, they make stacker cages that go like towers, basically. You can get like 3 that go up with trays underneath. That's essentially kind of what I did with my PVCs just recently, too. I mean, you can make stackers or you can buy them that way. But also, I will say, if you're going to have rabbits in a small area like that, and if you're renting or anything like that, please put plastic under them because they will pee and like they miss the trace too. I'm currently dealing with that problem, and I'm going to have to pour vinegar all over that concrete in this summer just to get rid of that. It's not going to be good. But yes, please put plastic down. It's very important.
Verna says, gonna sleep good tonight. LOL. Have to make up for last night's sleeplessness. Sleepy.
You need some tea. I just got some chamomile tea, and I really like it.
Yes.
How many times have you drinking that?
3 times.
You have?
Yeah.
And is that why you've been like passing out?
Yeah,
You come to bed and you're like.
Yeah.
Grow chamomile. It's the best.
I just ordered some seed. Okay, so.
Oh my goodness. Here we go. Need more water for this.
I was writing down all my notes from the Baker Seed.
Yep.
You should almost spilled that. The Baker Seed Creek.
A little bit.
Baker Creek seeds.
Rareseeds.com.
And I was like making notes and stuff, and I was on their website, and I may or may not have accidentally ordered more seeds, including chamomile and a lot of tomatoes.
Did you get German chamomile? You know?
I think so. With the like yellow in the middle and the little like white. They look like daisies.
I knew about the tomatoes.
Oh. I also got asparagus, which is funny because it actually just
grows
it grows in the ditches here. And
we go asparagus hunting all the time.
I knew you'd be mad if you found out that
asparagus.
Sorry.
Oh, asparagus.
Like it just grows in the ditches here and like in fields. But I bought some anyways.
Yeah, I always call asparagus.
Does it really just grow?
It just grows in the ditches. We literally will be driving down the road and I will see a patch of asparagus and we'll stop and just pull it.
So if you ever drive through Wisconsin, there's people with Walmart bags like walking through the ditches. They're looking for asparagus.
There's literally just
what's
tons
awesome
of asparagus around here.
Yeah.
But I have some. I planted some last year in our garden and it grew pretty well last year.
And it went to seed, I think. So
it should.
Don't they say it takes like several years for it to really like set up?
3 years before you can really harvest it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool though. I had no idea that it grew wild like that. Does it taste like good, like homegrown?
It's better than the store.
Yeah, like it's amazing because you got some really old, like well-established asparagus, and they're nice, really big, like stalks. But you would think they would be really like woody and like gross.
Yeah.
The big stalks like that are actually very tender. So
nice.
They're very good. Kristin's grandparents used to have a farm. Well, and it had an area and had a big asparagus patch.
And so we sometimes still.
And we'll sometimes go there. Her mom knows the people that have it, and it's literally like 2 acres worth of asparagus, and you can just you pick up bags upon bags. You walk out there with like 20 pounds of asparagus.
Dang.
Ed Got Bait shared the Quail Daddy's calendar. If you have not picked one up, please pick one up. They'll only last a little while. I don't believe Tiffany's got one yet.
I don't have one yet.
Not to call you out, but you know. Dawn Ray B is here. Says hello, Ed, Jasmine, Verna, and everybody. Quail Town says, how many rabbits should you get started with, and how many of each sex?
I mean, you guys know too. I recommend a trio, so like a buck and 2 does, and I would recommend that they come from different litters too. I mean, they can come from. We do something called line breeding, so I mean, same grandparents and stuff we can get by with, but I wouldn't do inbreeding to start out. I would definitely try to search for something that's either line bred or, I mean, even unrelated if you want to, but like line bred is totally fine. That's what we usually do. I will sell like pairs or trios that are line bred to people and explain to them that's okay to do with rabbits. It's not like detrimental or anything. So yeah, I would recommend starting out with a buck and 2 does.
Kristin found a photo of one of the times we went asparagus hunting. So
that's so awesome. I'm really jealous. I love asparagus. It's so expensive.
See
The one was
like the one huge one there.
Nice.
And that thing was so tender and yummy.
Yeah. So you should come visit. We'll go sturgis hunting.
Yes, I definitely need to put that on my list.
Yeah.
Katrina's here, says, hello everyone from Gilroy, California. I finally made it early. How are the baby bunnies doing?
They're good.
They're doing pretty good.
Is ours or Tiffany's?
Probably your guys'.
I would say ours. I don't know.
Our one has really bad nest box
Yep. I need to order some of that stuff.
Yeah. Hey, you said you had chamomile tea, right? If you steep chamomile tea in a really warm, like in really warm water, you can wipe their eye with that instead of a cotton ball. It does a really good job. That's like a natural remedy. If it has an infection though, then you go to the terramycin. But yeah, I would try the chamomile for sure.
I'm trying to just kind of, its eye is open, or you can see where the slit is like a little bit, but it's pretty swollen and bad.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to do too much. I didn't want to rub too much. So then I just made sure I dried it off and I put it back out there, and I'll do some more tomorrow morning and tomorrow night probably. I'll keep kind of working at it.
It gets bad in the winter sometimes just because of the bacteria, and they dig down. They try to get warm and they dig down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Katrina said, Verna, you hang hutches from the ceiling above the quail. I don't know how high your quail cages are though. Good idea.
Mm-hmm.
As long as the quail don't get a shower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways. Jesse Mills says, good evening, everybody. Good evening, Jesse. Thanks for joining. John Mark says hi.
Hello.
Got Dale from Dale's Quails in the house. Good evening, everyone. Wisconsin here. Just stopping in and give a thumbs up. Late shop night tonight. Yeah, he's Mr. Busy Bee. Going through, finding some stuff.
Tickle Trunk.
Kelly's here. Tickle Trunk. Hi, my loves. How's the week been? Hugs. Been good.
Not too shabby.
Freedom Quail Farms here says hello, everybody.
Hello. I should mention. So Tiffany, on her website, Teal Stone Homestead, sells these cool shirts.
Oh yeah, we matched.
Yes, Coturnix Quail Lover.
Well, we matched.
I'm spotting.
I'm if you wanted to sit down, I could here you go.
That's really close, dear.
There you go.
Oh my god. Okay, you can zoom back out now.
Hi. Anyway.
Yeah.
You guys really seen my mouth.
But yeah, she has rabbit ones and quail, and it's really warm and comfy and cozy.
They really are. I kind of live in this. I really need to get another one.
It's fuzzy. Quail Town says, how old should they be before breeding the rabbits? Don't be laughing at my mouth. I'm sorry. Apologize. Tiffany's got better things to talk about.
The rabbits?
Yes. How old should they be?
So I was just talking to Kristin about this probably last week, but I was just I feel like YouTube overgeneralizes the age of rabbits to breed. But typically what I do is I wait between 7 to 9, even sometimes 10 months old to breed mine, just because I'm showing them. So I want them to reach their max weight first. And also it depends on show schedules and stuff too. So I'm usually waiting for them to hit senior weight so they can max out showing. But also, I mean, if you're just breeding for meat production, if they're hitting their senior weight by 6 months old, then I would say go for it. Just know that a lot of the times when you choose to breed them younger, I feel like the instances of failed first litters raises because they're not necessarily what's the word I'm looking for? Mature enough, I guess, to kind of understand. So that's why I think the mortality goes up when you breed them too young. So
just a question for you, because I heard I don't remember where I've heard this or saw it on YouTube's. Somebody said you have bigger litters when you breed them younger.
Probably Living Traditions. I just watched that like not too long ago. I don't see, personally, I don't see a correlation, but I mean, that's just me. Like, I've not seen a correlation. I usually start them around 8 months old, and we get litters of like 10 sometimes. I mean, many times actually, we get litters of 9, 10, even 11. Cassie had 13 for her first litter, so that was crazy. But like, it's just, to me, it's just like focus on, getting your rabbits the best they can be before you decide to breed them.
Do you feel like larger litters have more failures to thrives and like DOAs, like dead on arrivals, or does it not really matter? Just hit and miss?
It's really, really situational too. I mean, a lot of the times with those big litters, I see like dead on arrivals, at least one in those big litters for sure. Like if a rabbit has like 11 to 10 or something, I usually get like one that's DOA. And it's usually not a big deal to me. I almost expect it. I almost expect either a DOA or a runt. And so sometimes we'll call the runts. But a lot of the times I like to try to let them live because I'm soft. But
I was wondering, like, because I know we had this conversation, how many nipples do a rabbit have?
Yeah. I forgot to count. I need to go out there and count them.
But how many babies can it feed at once? I probably shouldn't say that word.
Well, I really should have gone out and counted before this live stream. Apparently, they're supposed to have like.
Isn't it like normal? Like
I think it's like 8, but we're not
sure.
Normal
mammal is like probably 8. I think.
Cats have 8.
I've read 6 to 8 and I've read 8 to 10, so I'm just like 8-ish.
I think probably depends on the size and breed of the rabbit.
Maybe,
yeah. I don't know.
Everybody's gonna be doing a count.
I think most cats and dogs have 8.
Yeah, I think they do. I think it's probably one of those things where it's like some can have more, but like
Yeah.
But the thing that I read, and I don't know how true this is because I don't want to say things that are not true because I'm like always like, oh gosh, I don't want to say things that aren't factual. I read somewhere that 8 to 10, but like 2 of them aren't viable is what I read. So I'm not really sure I don't know how true that is though. So don't take my word for that. It's only a theory.
So now everybody's going to be talking about the number count of rabbit nipples and split male genitalia.
Anyways, Crystal here says hello. Hello, thanks for joining.
Hello, Crystal. My channel, I'm just like spewing out like.
Crystal says, hi, Tiffany.
Hello, Crystal.
Jeff Sapp is here. Says, greetings all from Central Missouri. Kelly says, Tiffany looks like she could be your sister, Kristin.
Oh, we met.
Does that sound familiar?
Ironically enough, I'll tell you the stories. I don't think I've even told you, Tiffany.
I told her.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, so like when I found Tiffany's YouTube channel and everything, and I was watching her, and like it sounds weird, but anyways, I was watching her channel, and I seen Tiffany for the first time. I'm like, she kind of looks like Kristin. I'm like, that's really weird. Like, and then like watching more of her shows and episodes on YouTube, I'm like, she loves coffee. She loves Starbucks. She loves rabbit. She loves teal. I'm like, Kristin, this is your long lost sister. You guys got separated at birth. This is her. I'm like, meet your sister.
So you found me before Kristin did then?
Yeah.
Interesting. That's cool though. Yeah, I remember Kristin's first message to me.
Oh god, I was like, oh my gosh, she's gonna think I'm a creeper, but
right.
Sometimes I try so hard to decipher like, okay, is this person being creepy or is this actually like a genuine like not weird person? You know what I mean? Like I didn't really feel that way about you though.
I know what Kristin was all nervous. She's like, can you read this for me? Did I sound weird? I'm like, I don't know, maybe a little.
I will say I did read it and then I went to bed. And then I responded like the next day or something like that. I'm just like, I gotta think on this one.
Yeah. I have to like find out the creeper level here.
I do a fair share of my Facebook stalking.
Freedom Quail Farm says, you guys will never guess how many babies my silver fox had. 2 people, LOL. How many did my California have? Both prior 2 litters, 2 people, LOL.
2 people.
Both does were pregnant and went through stress.
I think they had like 2. They had 2 kits, maybe. Each one had 2 kits.
Oh.
I think.
Okay.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Can you read that?
You guys will never guess how many babies my silver fox had. 2. Yeah. You'll never guess how many silver fox babies my silver fox had. 2 kits. LOL. How many did my California have? Both prior 2 litters.
And they did say hopefully they do better next litter, so it must be 2 kits.
Yeah, just a typo.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Tiffany says, hey guys, Tickle Trunk is up here, or here up. Here, yep. Wow, I can't read. Sorry, I apologize.
Do you want me to read?
Nope.
Okay.
Verna posted the link to QuailCon 2022 tickets. Be sure to check that out.
Is that going to be in my shire again?
Yes.
Yes.
You need to come and hang out again. That'd be awesome. I promise I won't put you to work unless you want to.
I didn't mind.
We figured out a way, like we're going to have like vendor and selling stuff one day and like...
Well, vendors are going to be there both.
Oh. Well, we'll figure it out.
But
we've got 8 months.
Saturday is going to be more of a relaxed, more vendor focused and getting to know people, I think.
Yeah, Sunday's more classy.
Yeah.
Not classy, like educational.
Yeah.
And classy.
Tiffany, Kelly says, Tiffany has great taste in quail. WTF birds are the best. I'm getting more this week.
Yes,
you are.
I'll probably end up getting some more of those Red Range tuxedos in the future, probably.
You want more Sullys?
Probably, but we'll see, because I just put some eggs in the incubator. You can see it, actually. It's right there. But I just put some more in there. I'm really experimenting. I said on one of my videos, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just kind of like pairing quail together and seeing what happens at this point.
That's what's so fun about them, though.
Yeah.
Kelly says, I got my QuailCon tickets. It'll just be me, but I'll be there. Awesome. Can't wait to see you again, Kelly. You're always a hoot. Dreamweavers Heaven Homestead said, my favorite channels. Hi, everyone. Hello.
Thanks for joining us.
Where am I?
Oh, oops.
How's it? You can read it.
How do you, Quail Town says, how do you deal with all the loose rabbit hair?
When silver fox blow their coats, it's amazing. Like, it's just like insane. I took an Instagram, and like my Dutch when I was younger, they didn't do this, but silver fox just have such a dense coat, and I've never experienced a rabbit blowing their coat so bad. Like, it's just crazy. But there's fur everywhere. It's easier,
right? Or...
Yeah. Like, well, like there's like a difference between just normal molting and like completely just blowing their coat. Last year, Tundra and Onyx and Sprig all blew their coat at the same time. It's just clumps of hair coming out all over the place. It's crazy. It's easier to have all that rabbit hair when they are outside in outdoor hutches. I have not gotten to the point where they blow their coats in the garage yet. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but I'm sure it's going to entail daily sweeping and daily cleaning. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Well, I know you put fans on them in the summer, right? So
yeah.
I wonder if you put like a filter on it or something.
Yeah, for sure.
We did that in our chicken barn this summer because it was really dusty in there between the quail and the chickens.
Quail are dusty.
Fan And we put like a cheap air filter on there to help with the circulation, but then it didn't completely get rid of the dust, but it helped. So maybe that would be something you could do.
Yeah, I 3D printed some adapters, clips that hold on to the little 1 inch thick 20 by 20 filters.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, quail. It's so funny. Quail are super dusty, in my opinion. But then rabbits, they just provide little dust bunnies everywhere. Like, so. But I mean, like, I think that I need to get a Swiffer, honestly. Just like keep it out there and just Swiffer every day.
Jesse says, need tech support for the tech support. Yeah. PJ's Family Farm says, hi all. Hello.
That's so Swanson.
We need new tech support. Just kidding, Brandon. Yeah, sorry. I'm horrible. Ed says, try turning it off and on again. That would have been hilarious because, we would have lost you. Brenna says, I'm in the small corner.
Because when we were trying, like, Tiffany was big and we were small.
Oh.
We were trying to get her pictures up.
Crystal says, hey, it's nice to meet Whiskey Tango Farms, here to support Teal Stone Homestead, and you guys as well.
Oh,
thank you for joining.
Nice to meet you too.
I tried to get people over here.
Joy says, hello from Western Oregon. It says, you got this. Tommy Textor says, are you whiskey or the tango? I'm whiskey and she's the tango.
I can't dance, which is ironic too.
I also cannot dance.
Don Raby says, hi Tiffany, glad to learn about your channel.
Thank you.
Yeah, she does a very good job on like videoing, like
putting it
videography, and putting everything together. Mm-hmm. She's way better and more talented than
I spend way too much time on it, though. I think I'm just a perfectionist.
Verna says, Brandon, after the stressful night, you are bound to have problems. Well, yeah, Essel says, we see Tiffany, that is all that counts.
Yes, fact.
Dawn says, I see Tiffany and WTF in the small box at the bottom.
Oh my gosh.
Ed asked, what got you into rabbits?
4-H. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. My mom inadvertently got me into rabbits because when I was like 9 years old, she brought home, she thought it would be fun for my brother and I, because we were really little. She thought it'd be fun to bring home a pregnant mini lop. Or I think she brought the doe and the buck home. And she brought them home and she just put them in a stock tank in the garage. And she's like, we're going to have Easter bunnies. And like that. Basically, that's what got me into rabbits, because the doe actually got pregnant and then she had babies. And then I kept one of the babies, named him Cottonwood, and discovered that I could show Cottonwood in 4-H. And then it just never stopped.
Joy says, I love creme d'argent rabbits.
They're the best.
They're tasty. Quail Town says, if you could pick a breed to recommend for someone new, what would you recommend? I know I have my recommendation. What's yours recommendation, Tiffany?
Depends on the use, but I would say that if you are going for strictly meat, then a silver fox or a New Zealand. If you are going for pet, I would choose a Dutch or a Holland Lop.
Good to know.
What would you do?
2
I'd
cents
say
worth.
my 2 cents is just, like you said, if you're doing meat, I pretty much the same.
Silver fox. Yeah.
Silver fox or the New Zealand are pretty good habits.
You don't have to do a lot of work with New Zealand's. They're kind of like I call them the Cornish cross of the rabbit world. They're already bred to be that maximum like meat source,
Freedom Quail Farm says, I lost my heart dog at 14. She was a beautiful German Shepherd. I've had more pups, but never the same as her.
Yep. That's how we are. We've got Ronan and Aria here, but I mean, and I love them, but I will never have another Stone ever.
Yeah.
It's weird, like when you have, Yeah. It's been
I said one dog for me would be my Hugo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Yusuf's here.
Hey,
hello, Yusuf. Thanks for joining.
Yusuf is popular. Everybody's like, hey.
Dawn says, oh yeah, the teal hutch build. Love it.
It's the iconic picture.
Honestly, I think that's that's how I found your channel, was from that build.
Yes.
Because Kristin was like, yeah, I forgot what rabbits we had.
The mini Rex.
I think it was just, I think we had one mini Rex.
And I wanted more.
We had Henry. And she's like, well, we need to build something, for it to be on. And I just had it on some cinder blocks because that's all
terrible.
we had.
Hey, have you seen my buck hutch video by any chance?
I have, but I don't
so,
remember it, I guess.
Yeah, it's been a while.
You can see my bucks on cinder blocks very briefly in that video because that's where they were living. I'm like, I know this is temporary, but like we're building this. But yeah, they were on cinder blocks.
Yeah. Well, then
you
want
to do
urine soaking in and ugh.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's not good.
You should seal the concrete before you put the rabbits in there.
Ooh,
it's a little too late, Brandon.
You can always seal it in.
No.
I don't know.
Once you seal it, the smell doesn't come out, and you can't see it.
Is that true though?
Probably not.
You could always put battery acid down. Battery acid works wonders on concrete.
That's
I know this from experience.
Definitely remove the rabbits first.
Well, back in the day when I worked in the shop, at my dad's shop, we would once or twice a year take old batteries from cars that we were junking and put battery acid on the floor. And
Aria big.
You want Aria big?
Yeah.
And it did wonders on cleaning.
Oh, she's leaving now.
She's like, bye.
Bye.
Right. We'll just leave you up.
She's like, it's too much attention.
What
are we? Yusuf says, I would put a net under the hutch. Rats or minks or fox can easily dig through.
Your fence is probably buried though, right?
It's not actually. I mean, just the 4x4. What are they called? 4x4s? The post or whatever. Those are buried, like concreted in. But the rest of it isn't.
Do you guys? You probably don't get a whole lot of predators in this, like in the city like that, though, huh? Yeah. I've
actually never seen really any predator here. The only pest or like predator. Well, actually, I should back up. We have had a hawk. This is like a recent thing. We've had a hawk come down twice now and try to swoop up my chickens. So we're gonna have to like figure out something for that.
Owl.
Yeah. Well, we haven't had any owls. It's a hawk.
Well, I know. You need an owl. You need to get one of those fake owls.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, it doesn't.
Yeah.
You turn its head.
Some of them do.
Just those fake, statue of an owl.
Yeah. I saw Goldshaw Farm do that on YouTube. It worked really well, I think, for him.
I hate when we're swapped. All right. Dreamweavers Heaven Homestead says that's a neat garage. is a very unique garage, in my opinion.
It's gonna get neater this summer.
It's gonna get neater.
After I get the concrete washed out with vinegar and battery acid.
You can actually go to O'Reilly's and they sell sulfuric acid, which is battery acid, in a box in the back. So if you ever want to do that, you don't have to buy batteries. You can literally buy the stuff for it's like $20 for
on the subject of like rabbits though. You can actually tan hides using battery acid. I've never done that method before, but apparently it is like a legit method. I've never tried it. We do salt and alum.
So interesting.
It might be interesting to try though someday.
Verna says, Tiffany, I love your setup.
Thank you.
Not in the exact words, but
we get the gist.
Yeah. Katrina says, how do you keep mama rabbits from digging out their pellets? So far, this appears to be the only when they're a mom issue with 2 of my does.
So I don't usually have problems with rabbits digging out their pellets if I've never added a supplement to their pellets. A lot of the times I'll add oats and like black oil sunflower seeds or pumpkin seeds or whatever to like, if I add it to their actual pellet mix, then they'll start digging because they think, oh, those are the good things. Where are they? And then they just keep digging out the pellets. So that's a lot of the times what starts the digging behavior. But sometimes you'll just get a doe that, or any rabbit really, that likes to just dig at their pellets. You can buy J feeders with a lip, like it's kind of like a lip on the end of it. So it's like, it prohibits them from digging it out. Also, you can just raise the feeder up. Like if it's one of those locking coop cups or something, I would just raise it up so they can't actually dig in it. But if it's just a bowl that's like ground level with them, I would say they're more prone to dig at that for sure. I mean, I would just say raise it up or get one of those J feeders with a lip. So
sometimes our rabbits are super wasteful with their hay, and it irritates me.
All rabbits are wasteful with hay.
I'm like, you give it to them. Did you
ever message that person?
I did. They didn't message me back. We're out of hay, so I messaged them. Whatever. But yeah, like I'll put a bunch out there because I'm like, oh my gosh, it's cold. You need it for warmth and to eat and whatever. And then all of a sudden,
because they're the only ones that had like
small bales. All the way down like under their poop chute thing, and I'm like,
yeah,
really guys?
Yeah, there's tons of hay.
And then it like
compost.
It like stops the poop and pee. Then I'm like, you guys, you're ruining the system.
Yeah. That's where the back scratcher comes in. Did you see that wooden back scratcher thing? I used that to like scrape out my my plastic roofing that's sloped.
Oh.
Yeah, get one of those. They're like $1 at Walmart. Get those long back scratchers.
That's a good idea. Or even like if we had scrap PVC.
Mm-hmm.
You could probably go to the $1 store and get one for $1.25.
Yeah, our family tree.
Dollar Trees across the nation is $1.25 now.
It is $1.25. That made me really mad.
I get it, but Yusuf says the rabbit babies are so cute.
They are cute. Little nuggets.
Crystal says the same thing. All cute bunnies. Katrina says so cute. I think she's talking about the babies. I know she ain't talking about me.
I was getting ready to say something, but I held back.
I was thinking it too, so I'm glad somebody said it.
Verna says, I love those golden colored kits.
Yeah.
They are gorgeous.
Creme d'Argents are funny, fuzzy looking
They look like naked mole rats when they're born.
They do. They look like little pink hippos.
Yes.
Brooke is here. Says, hey, ladies and Brandon. Happy to listen tonight.
Hey.
I don't know who that Brandon person is. Just Verna says, gonna set some celadons when I set the balutes.
Nice. Man, that would probably knock their socks off. Give them some blue balutes. Dang, you probably charge double.
So, funny thing is that we delivered 5 dozen or so I think.
Yeah, so it's 2 dozen for New Year's Eve.
Yeah, last week for the restaurant.
Regular eating, and, it's not balut.
Yeah, and he messaged me, was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. And he's like, it went so well this weekend that we need 10 more dozen eggs. And they're like, how soon can you get them? I'm like, man. I'm like, we have all these egg orders right now.
Like for hatching eggs.
Yeah. And I'm like, let me see what we don't have that I can just like package up.
Yeah, like colors that people didn't order or something.
Anyways, where I was getting with this, he's getting lots of celadons.
Oh.
Of my celadon.
Your testers.
My test celadon stuff, because I have enough in the incubator and I don't need them right now.
So you're going to blow his mind.
Yeah, they're going to get blue eggs.
10 dozen of them.
Not 10 dozen blue eggs.
No, we don't have that many.
I don't have that many. But they're going to get a dozen or two. Joy says, I want some creams. I love the creams.
Where is the cream filling?
Crystal says, very beautiful bunny.
I'm sorry, I'm such a dork.
Callie Quail Keeper says, can you elaborate on the traits to look for in silver fox, comb back, etc.?
Oh, for like the SOP?
The fur, maybe? So they're commercial rabbits. So they're 6-class meat rabbit. You pose them up in a commercial pose. Their fur is the only breed that has standing fur, which means that when you stroke it forward, I wish I would have brought a silver fox in here. When you stroke it forward, it sticks straight up. They're the only breed that does that. Most other breeds have either rollback or flyback fur, which means that it flies right back. Creams are flyback. So when you brush them forward, their fur flies right back to the original position. Really, when you're looking for a meat rabbit, you're just looking for a rabbit that's like very full, like very muscular, full shoulders, full loin, really wide, a lot of depth. Those are all the things that you should be looking for in a good meat rabbit. So, but if you need more info on that, I would definitely recommend going to the ARBA's website and purchasing a standard of perfection, because it really does help in describing in detail what each breed should look like.
Yeah, and it shows you like, well, I guess if you're not going to show them, it doesn't really matter. But like it tells you like the disqualifications and things like that. And
yep.
Yeah. I kind of wish that all the pictures were in color though.
I do too.
I know that would cost more, or maybe they could offer one in color and one the way it is now. I don't know. I guess cool. I'm a kid. I just really like colored pictures.
No, I do too. That'd be really awesome.
Yeah. Okay, you can go now.
Okay. Verna wants to know what kind of quail you
have. Me?
Yeah, you.
So I have German pastels right now, but then I also have Scarlet Red Range Tuxedo. Kristin's like, yeah, go on. Yes. And then I have Falfie, I think. But I'm like,
yep.
I'm calling out all the Falfies, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up with more of them anyway, because aren't they like the recessive or whatever? Or something.
No, they're the black and white version of Pharaohs. But...
Okay. So I'll probably still end up with some, like, because I'm planning on interbreeding the Scarlet Red Range tuxedos with the German pastels and see what happens. Probably.
You get a lot of cool colors.
Yeah. What, Brandon?
I'm just going through all like the different colors, and like that's gonna just
you're gonna get a lot
weird.
She's gonna get a lot of cool stuff.
I'm not selling any right now. I'm not selling quail or hatching eggs. I'm just like experimenting personally.
Yeah. You can get so many cool colors, and like the German pastel collection, because it's a collection, there's so many different like mutations.
Yeah.
And then you know, like because of the Scarlet and Red Range, and those are tuxedo, you can get white, you can get solid, you can get scarlet.
It would be so cool to get white though.
Yes. All of our, or most of our whites, whether it's a celadon or not, they all have like the little dot on top.
That's cute.
Sometimes it's just one feather, kind of like Mirren, like your cat.
Yeah.
Just got that little
Yeah.
Call them all. Though.
Yes, I know you don't like the white ones.
I like the white ones.
They don't seem to. I don't know.
Katrina says, I mean, Cadbury has to get the eggs somehow. Yeah, thanks. Referring to me. Verna says, now we know a nickname for Brandon, Bird Brain Brandon.
Please.
SO says, does Cadbury get them from the chocolate-colored rabbits? Quail Town says, what vegetables do you plan on growing in your garden this year?
A lot. I actually do have my garden plan, but like, let me see if I can run down. We're doing like yellow, what are they called? Gosh dang. There's some type of yellow beefsteak tomato. I just thought it would be really fun to have a yellow tomato. And then Paul Robeson tomatoes, butternut squash, spaghetti squash, corn, green beans. Trying to do potatoes this year. Because I've never really succeeded. There's a lot of, that's one thing that I've like discussed on my channel. There's a lot in my garden that I have not succeeded at, because typically what happens is I get like all like, I go all in at the very beginning of the year, and then I get overwhelmed, and then I start doing other projects, and the garden just totally falls off the bandwagon. But that is not happening this year. We're focusing on
Don't look at me like that.
That ain't gonna happen in our garden. I already told you.
It's not happening this year, Kristin.
Okay, we can do it. Like Rosie the Riveter, like we can do it.
One suggestion I had, because I think
I already told her.
Oh, okay. Never mind what she said.
Yeah, about the corn.
Yep.
Oh yes, the corn thing. Yep.
Jennifer Myers says, I just learned how to live/video chat tonight. No matter how it goes, I am impressed.
Thank you.
Katrina says, I understand rabbits are judged based on shape. What does that translate as far as health/meat production, etc.?
So it's really not just shape either, though. It's a lot on feel as well. You want really muscular rabbits. So a rabbit can have a really nice shape, but not necessarily have like that, that density to them. So it's a lot on that. But like if you breed to the standard of perfection, what a lot of people, especially homesteaders, don't realize is that breeding to the standard of perfection actually yields more meat. So everybody, even homesteaders, should be breeding rabbits to that breed standard, because it will yield more meat in the long run. So if you have rabbits that are lacking in their hindquarters, you're going to be lacking a lot of meat back there too. So there's a picture that circulates around on one of my groups, and it's like somebody took a rabbit with a really like thin loin and a rabbit with a really full loin. They butchered both of them. I know it sounds really like morbid, probably. They chopped them both in half, and they showed like, here's why it's important. And there was so much more meat on the one rabbit. It was crazy. So everybody should be trying to breed to breed standards at least a little bit.
In my mind, the standard of perfection was put in place because we were breeding them for meat. Yeah. And that's kind of how it was created. They created the standard in order to best produce that meat for everybody, and that's kind of how they look. Yeah. When you have the different depth and width and everything, it produces the best meat. So
for sure.
Katrina also asked, do you have a particular live weight you go for when harvesting? I've heard 5 pounds.
We prefer them to be 5 pounds by the time we harvest. Yeah, usually anywhere between 8 and 12 weeks old. If they hit 5 pounds, like, you're pretty good at that point. But yeah, 5 is usually golden.
Frank Kimball is here. Says hi everyone. Hello from across the way there, Frank. He also says hit that like button if you want to hit the like button. Subscribe. I appreciate it. It makes me happy.
Us and Tiffany, by the way.
Yes, both channels. Ed says woof whistle Brandon leg. No, it's raffle.
Oh, raffle. Like a waffle. Raffle.
roll them.
I know that's what it means, but I always like picture Scooby-Doo saying
"Wow." Whatever. Anyways, SO says, what benefits does one get by showing their rabbits when they are raising them for self-sufficiency?
So, okay, so I mean, showing, for one, it's addictive. It really is. Kristin, I'm pretty sure you guys have gotten a taste of that, and you're like, "Oh, I need more of it."
Yes.
But I mean, it's really fun to show because you get to see how well you're breeding to that breed standard. So that's very exciting. But really, also as a homesteader, when you breed to breed standard, and if you go to shows and like kind of get your way into there, you can sell your babies for more money than just regular meat rabbits. I mean, and that's one of the ways that we really break even and sometimes even come out on top. We spend a lot of money on these rabbits, so it's like, if I can sell the babies for, like, right now my starting rate is $80 a rabbit, which I know that's probably a lot to sell, but like I need to somehow make my feed bill. I need that to cancel out. So like that's what I do. We show a lot, and we win legs and we win awards and stuff like that. And so I don't know. We're able to sell rabbits for a little bit more than just like your standard homesteader, I guess, is the basic answer.
Your rabbits were worth it. We drove, a total of 20 hours just to get a couple rabbits.
Yep.
So
I think too, like, it's good to network with other people that raise the same breed as you, and then of course, you can purchase rabbits from those other breeders and like keep your lines. Like say you are lacking in your rabbit's hindquarters, then you can buy a different one to work into your lines and stuff.
So it's adopt.
Yeah,
we adopt rabbits. We don't buy them.
They're only here for a temporary check-in before they head over to Razor Camp. Is that what you're saying? Yes.
To me, I mean, it's also really good too to and I always tell people like breed with a purpose too. So like we don't really sell. I think I've only ever sold, and I didn't even sell it. I've only ever let one pet rabbit go too. So like it's always like they're either going to be meat animals, they're going to be breeders, or they're going to be show rabbits. And no rabbit ever doesn't have a home, which is really important to me because like I really do see like the whole like overpopulation and shelters type of thing too. And I'm just like, I don't really want to contribute to that. So like
we have rabbit shelters.
Yeah, there's rabbits in shelters. Honestly, I feel really bad saying this too, but when I see that, I'm just like, we could solve this and feed so many people.
Yeah.
That's so terrible to some people.
Rabbit's expensive though. Have you ever tried to buy a rabbit?
I did before we actually started butchering them. Yeah, it's like $7.99 a pound here. It's probably gone up since then too, but they're imported from China.
Yeah, it was a lot higher. I thought it was like closer to $15 a pound or something.
It might be. The last time I looked, it was probably like 2018. But it's so crazy to me that most rabbit that is sold in the U.S. is imported from China. It doesn't make any sense. Like it's almost all from China, and I'm like, why though? Like there's so many. I don't know. There's so many rabbit raisers that could provide that here, but
it feels so good to like whether it's rabbits or gardening or quail or whatever, like it feels so good to provide for yourself.
Yeah, it's liberating.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. Empowering. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, sorry.
Verna says, stacker cage is how I raise my quail, LOL.
Yes. There's space saver.
Katrina says, this week on my YouTube channel, Sow and Tear, I have videos of 3 of my does babies growing up. They're so cute. They're about a month away from harvest. I've watched several videos. Advice.
Oh, on how to butcher?
Especially when you're thinking they're cute. I mean, like I always tell people too, like at first you're gonna think they're cute for sure. Once they reach 8 weeks old though, you need to start separating yourself from them over the next couple of weeks. By 12 weeks old, you're gonna want to get rid of them because they're gonna be like all over everything, like tearing stuff up, and like going after each other too sometimes is what they do. So like, I don't know. I try between 8 and 12 weeks old because we usually butcher around 12 weeks here. But like, I really try to separate myself during that time period and get a clear like perspective on like, okay, can you be a show rabbit or do you need to be culled? All that, because I can't get attached. Like we don't run an animal shelter here. We can't get attached to our rabbits like that.
You don't have an animal shelter?
Mm-mm. No, not at my house.
No, we don't.
We do. I feel like we do.
Why? Because we have the kids' rabbits.
And the chickens. Chickens don't provide anything.
I watched one of my favorite videos that you guys have made is the chicken eviction.
Oh my god, yes.
Oh.
I love that video.
I think that was right before QuailCon.
It was.
So funny.
Or right after.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Truffle.
Yeah, Truffle kept having babies.
It cracked me up, though. I love that.
Yeah, they weren't even her babies. She like stole eggs.
Well, the other chicken was laying the eggs in her nest, and then she was just on them.
Yeah.
So, whatever. Breeze Bunny Barn says hello from South Texas, where it's bizarrely cold out for some reason. Rabbits are enjoying 30-degree Fahrenheit lows.
They do.
We had almost 40-degree weather here.
Yeah, the water wasn't frozen today. It was so weird.
Yeah, the sun was shining and it wasn't frozen here either. I was like really happy. The mountains of snow were going down finally.
Yes.
Verna says grow peppermint for tea and cooking in a container.
Yeah, that's something I didn't get.
We grow chamomile for tea. I'm doing like a whole chamomile bed this year. I'm so excited for it.
Exciting.
Evie's World says I like chamomile, valerian, and passion flower mixed. It knocks me out.
Good to know.
Nice.
Callie Whale Keeper says that's German chamomile.
It's the best kind.
Katrina says, I love it. Asparagus, that's great. Yes.
Well, it looks like grass. I mean, it's in the grass family.
I'm always one for making up stupid words, and like I hate saying asparagus all the time, so I always say asparagus.
Usually the stuff you say is inappropriate, though. At least that's family friendly.
We have a lot of that here too. It just doesn't make it online.
Yes.
Kelly says, dang, asparagus all over Wisconsin, legit.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, it grows like freaking weed.
I'm so jealous.
Katrina says, I have volunteered asparagus in my yard. There you go. Jasmine says 3 years for asparagus. Yep.
For asparagus.
For asparagus, yes. It literally, yeah.
One asparagus.
Yes.
Yes. Like, it takes forever to get so much asparagus. Like, years ago, probably 20 years ago, when I planted asparagus. Yeah, I was so happy to finally get asparagus, and we got, I think, one week, and then the next week we had like 2 from the other plants.
And it was done.
Awesome.
And that was it.
Oh.
And, yeah.
That's funny.
It takes forever.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't plan. I'm not planning on planting it here because I'm just like, I can't see us here in 3 years. Like, I don't think that we'll be here in 3 years.
Well, last year our plan was staying here for 10 years.
Oh.
So
we've outgrown it. All those quail out there and all those rabbit hutches getting built.
Yeah, we were talking about how we need a quail barn 2.0.
Yeah, that's coming.
Yeah, and I'm like, I kind of want a rabbit barn now, or at least like a rabbit lean-to.
We are building a rabbit barn.
You guys heard it? You're my proof.
We're not. It's not going to be a true barn. I've already told her my idea of what I'm doing.
But it's better than what I have.
I am taking Tiffany's hutches and I'm building a freaking barn with them.
Yes.
You're at a roof.
But they're not going to be full-sided barns the whole time because it's still going to have the hutch and poop chutes and all that stuff.
There's a girl that's she's subscribed to me, but she also makes YouTube videos, and I think that it's Farm Girl and progress, but her name's Nadine. She has gotten 2 of my big hutches, put them together, and you can walk into them like a hallway. It is the coolest thing. It is so cool.
I didn't see that idea, but yeah, that was my idea.
Yeah, I'll send you pictures. It is so cool though. I love what she did to it.
Love it. It's kind of cool, like how, like, you have your famous Teal Stone hutch, and we are like, we don't need that much, which was funny because now we should have, but we're like, we're gonna like basically cut it in half and only do 4 instead of 8 rabbits. And then
we built another one.
So then we just built another one. I'm like, wait, we probably should have just built the 8-hole one to begin with. But yeah.
Because I was very against getting rabbits. But that was before I saw the silver fox.
Yeah. And then, you have this other girl that has this other idea, and you have your buck hutch, which is like, a third of a hut. Like, it's just cool how you can modify it.
We need to make an actual, like, separate buck area.
Yeah.
That's the big thing.
The P.
Yes.
Yeah. SO says, we see wild patches on the side of roads and steal them all the time. Spare grass.
Because it's spare. Spare grass. Sorry.
Jasmine says she loves fresh asparagus sauteed with eggs and mushrooms. What kind of mushrooms? Like, there's all kinds of mushrooms.
Oh my god, don't even get started.
Okay, I won't. I love
mushrooms.
Me too.
We have a mushroom guy in town.
Really?
Who also sells to the restaurant. We sell quail eggs too.
And his mushrooms are so good. Like, I tried to convince him because she won't let me grow mushrooms to grow woodier mushrooms.
You can, but they are staying outside.
I need a mushroom guy.
He said he grows them in his basement. I do not want mushrooms. Well, we don't have a basement for one, so.
I will dig me a basement.
I've actually thought about it. Like, because people have root cellars and stuff, and they build. It's basically
I told you I wanted to dig a hole in the backyard. You won't let me.
I think we're too close to the river.
Yeah.
You'd have water in your root cellar.
Let me dig a hole.
It'll be hydroponic.
Let me dig a hole.
If that's not the most boy thing ever.
I got a backhoe for a reason.
Man.
I'm like, I want to dig a hole.
Let him dig a dang hole.
Yes.
I didn't get my whole yard mapped out to figure out where all the electrical and communication wires are out for no reason.
You and Latte.
Now I know where to dig a hole.
You and Latte just want to dig holes.
That's why I know I can't extend our garden out any farther than it is. And you're like, well, I need a garden twice the size that we have.
It's not my fault.
I have to figure out. The only thing I can think of is out where the septic stuff is in the front yard is turning that into a garden.
It would be highly fertilized. That's for sure.
Gross. I mean, it's in a tank, right?
Well, not grow above the septic tank.
Oh,
and the drain field goes out that way, so it's the stuff that's behind the basketball hoop.
Oh, that. Okay, that's not weird.
Okay. Putting it there where the ground is all on.
I was picturing
that was an idea.
Right above that. I'm like, look, gross.
Katrina says, I have asparagus from my yard that has a 1-inch base and still edible.
Yum!
Kelly says, so what's the difference between line breeding and spiral breeding, and what is each one? As far as what? Quail or rabbits? You can text me right now and we can figure it
out. Before you guys, I had actually never heard of spiral breeding. We don't really talk about. Yeah, I think it might be the same thing too. Maybe.
Well, line breeding is more
not really.
I suppose not, because
it's not the same at all.
Line breeding is grandson to grandmother, whereas spiral breeding,
you don't really spiral breed rabbits.
You could. You have several. Say you have 3 breeding groups, and you breed the one rooster to the 5 hens and then have their babies, and then you take those female babies and breed them to the rooster in B, because they're not related at all. And you basically just keep spiraling everybody out and just keep rotating them around, and nobody is ever related.
I can see a big with rabbits, a big operation for spiral breeding. Yeah, that's cool.
I mean, you could if you had
you need
3 bucks and A lot of does.
A lot of does.
9 does?
Yeah.
Well, just the other day, one of my mentors, Mark, he's just like, oh, if I had any advice for anybody starting rabbits, he's like, I'd get like 5 does and like, or he said he'd get like $3 to $5 and 10 to 15 does or something like that. And I'm like, holy crap, Mark, you're a madman. What?
That's
We're
a lot
getting
to
there.
start with. You know what though? If we started with that many, we probably wouldn't be doing it anymore.
Yeah,
like,
it would just be overwhelming.
I don't even know how many we have.
Rabbits?
Oh god! Oh no, we have more than that. Oh god, 8, 9, 10.
It started to add up.
And there's 3 culls. Those don't count. Culls don't count. Babies don't count. Oh, I didn't even count the babies. Oh my god.
Yeah, we don't count the babies though. That's not something we do.
You don't count babies.
It's just like we don't
culls.
count the grow outs for the quail.
Yeah, exactly.
And the chicks. Yeah, when people ask us how many quail we have, I'm like, oh, like, they're like, what? I'm like, well, if you only count the breeders, like, I'm not actually going to admit the number.
Julie Smith says, we have state land in Michigan from old homestead with old patches of asparagus. We collect the seeds from the side of the road and replant them.
That's awesome.
Berna says, roasted asparagus is great too, wrapped in bacon.
Ooh, it's so good on the grill when like the ends get like
char.
a little bit crunchy. Yes, the charred like tops. Oh.
So good.
Mm-hmm.
There are guided mushroom foraging walks every year in my community. So cool. That would be awesome.
That does sound kind of cool.
Julie says the kids eat raw right from the garden.
Ooh.
So jealous of you guys and all your asparagus.
Breeze Bunny Barn says, how close in proximity can you keep quail and rabbits together?
No, ours are right next to each other. Yours,
yeah.
Like your outside ones, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, hers are pretty close too. They're literally like a wall.
Yeah, as long as the rabbits aren't getting in the quail poop, you're fine. The only other thing though is that, like I said, quail produce so much more dust than I thought they did. So I would clean up a lot and make sure they don't produce so much dust that it's going to cause respiratory problems with the rabbits. But I mean, I've never had a problem with it.
Yeah, I should say, ours that are next to each other are outside, and that's Brandon's like fun hutch, and the rabbits, our breeders, are inside, and we have lots of circulation and filters.
Yeah,
so, I could. Yeah, that's a good point. Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Marina says, I love how much laughing is in these live streams. I do too.
We're pretty goofy.
Great. Jasmine wants to know, Tiffany, when do you retire your breeders?
So typically I don't keep my breeders around long enough to retire them. But I am getting to the point where there's a couple that are granded out that I'm just like, I don't really want to get rid of you. Like, you're probably going to be here long term. But once they stop producing, really, is when I would retire them. And it depends on, like, what's going on with them. But, like, I was just talking about this to one of my friends the other day. But, like, once a doe stops really producing or being able to care for her kits, it's probably time to cull, which to a lot of people might sound like a little bit heartless. And it really just depends on the relationship that I have with them too. Like, am I going to find them pet homes or am I going to cull them out? Usually here it's going to be to cull, but yeah, we just retire like once they stop producing, basically, and they can go for a long time too.
Jess says, hello from Colorado. Missed the start, but we'll watch later. Well, thank you for joining.
You're in for a real treat.
Yes.
Quail Town wants to know what your goals are for 2022 with your homestead.
You guys want to go too?
You first.
Okay. So here, I've already kind of mentioned it, but we're really trying to focus on gardening this year. And doing some indoor gardening too. I'll talk more about that later because I did see another question. But yeah, so gardening and then also going to nationals. Hopefully we get to send rabbits to both nationals. I know I'm going to Cream Nationals in Coldwater, Michigan. It's undecided whether or not I'll get to send my silver foxes to Minnesota, but it would just be really cool to be able to win. Like, them? What?
You said you're gonna send them like
how with a friend?
Oh, yeah. Your friend. One of your friends are going.
Yeah, I have several.
They can show your rabbits.
Yeah.
Do they show them as like their rabbits, but then like?
No, they would just be entered under my name, but they would put them up on the table for me because I wouldn't be there.
Oh.
Don't be getting any ideas. Oh my god.
I'm not getting ideas. I was just like curious on how that works.
I think it's funny that the Silver Fox and Creme d'Argent Nationals are the same day, and one is still water and one is cold water. And I'm just
I didn't think of that.
Yeah, that's and they're funny. The same day, and I'm like, they're in opposite directions from where we live. I'm just,
I really wish they were on the same day because I would go to both of them like totally. But since Cream Nationals are so close, I'm just like, well, I'll just go up both days. It'll be easy.
That's kind of why I wanted to go to the Silver Fox because it's closer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so close to
your goals. Sorry.
Yeah. No, that's okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's basically it. I mean, just like I really would like to be able to show and win a couple of best breeds this year. That'd be cool. But also gardening. That's basically it here. I mean, and then also one of our bigger goals, like personally, is paying off Jameson's student loans. We're done with mine. We have his to go. So it would be really cool if we could do that this year. That'd be awesome. I would love that.
Yeah, one step closer to your farm.
I know that's not like homestead related, but it is it all intertwines.
Yeah. Right, exactly. For us, well, I guess I'll start. I think a lot of ours are the same, but
goals.
We have goals of.
My goal is to wake up in the morning.
Oh my god, dear. I mean, yes, that's a good place to start.
Sorry.
We did write down just between the two of us, like how many eggs we want to ship out this year and how many feeder birds we want to sell and that type of stuff as far as goals for the quail business. And then I really want to win just one leg. That's all I'm asking for in 2022.
You can do it.
Yeah, just one leg to stand on.
No, you need more than one leg.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my god. Get your hairy leg out of my face. And then I really want to be successful with at least part of my garden. Like I always joke on these live streams and stuff our garden that I kill everything. In fact, today Brandon bought me an orchid for Valentine's Day, and I picked it up and I said, "Aw, you're coming home with me to die."
Oh.
So, but I really want to be good at it and learn more. And I've been talking to Jasmine, and she's been telling me, like books and other YouTube channels to watch and stuff. So I've been really inspired to grow a lot of our food.
She doesn't care to ask her husband. Anyways, Katrina said Meatball had 10 babies yesterday, all alive. That's freaking awesome.
Yay, Meatball!
Go Meatball!
Callie Quail Keeper says, I have an adopted foster doe. She had one huge kit on first, now 5. I have no idea how old she is. Should I keep breeding? She is beautiful. Don't know what kind. Soft brindle.
Oh, like the coloring? Weird.
Do you mean she had 5 kits or she's 5 years old?
She had one kit the first time since she's had her, and then 5 the next time.
Oh, okay. I mean, it depends on how old she is, I would say. But I mean, I would keep breeding.
She doesn't know how old she is.
Oh.
Or what breed or anything, I don't think.
I mean,
she said something about a brindle.
You can always tell too, by rabbits' condition too. If they're not bouncing back from litters, then it's probably time to not breed them anymore. But I mean, if she's bouncing back great from them, I would say keep going.
Lee's Quails here says, hello everyone from Oklahoma. Thank you for joining tonight. Yusuf wants to know what a rabbit is.
Really cute.
I don't know how to answer that.
I think he's joking.
Yusuf says cats typically have 5 on average and dogs have 8.
I think they're talking about nipples.
Yeah.
We're at the nipple part of the conversation.
Yes.
Verna wants to know, how can you tell a buck from a doe? If you go and watch Tiffany's last live stream,
it's not, if it doesn't catch.
That is like, that's what you shouldn't see.
that will show you some craziness.
It's a condition called hypospadias. I won't say the other term for it because I don't want you guys to get in trouble. Because I don't know, I didn't get in trouble for it, but you never know.
Oh, you can say it then. I'm not sure. Go for it.
A split weenie.
Yeah, it's hypospadias or split penis is what it's typically called. And it's basically when a rabbit looks like a doe at first and then develops male parts and has a split that goes all the way down. And it's not good. Go watch that though.
I'm not laughing at her.
No, it's fine.
I'm laughing at a comment.
Oh, this.
No, this one. Yeah, basically. But anyways, keep going.
I'm done talking about it. I told Jameson I'm so tired of saying
the splitness. Split personality.
Sorry.
But anyways, you can tell the difference between a buck and a doe by a doe looks like a taco, a buck looks like a burrito. But also when they get older, it's super easy because bucks have testicles, obviously. Does don't.
S.L. Swanson says, online it says 8 mammary glands, and they may have accessory nipples.
Accessory! That's a perfect word.
Like get pierced or something? I don't understand.
No. They're not.
They don't function. I was trying to be funny.
Yep, okay.
Oh, jeez.
Yusuf says mega shirt. It's not. It's actually make America
9/12
again.
Because everybody was very
the day
united.
After 9/11, everybody was united. It didn't matter if you were black, white, colored, purple,
Muslim,
blue, whatever.
Christian.
Yeah, everybody was united in the front of being an American.
Yep.
So
I like that.
Yeah.
Ed Got Bait says he's getting a vendor table for...
Yes!
No.
Why? Because you're going to go broke?
No.
Oh.
We need to talk.
Oh, God. Okay, then.
Nothing bad. I'm just curious. Yusuf says, I'm really excited for Quail Con 2022. I do have to wait a few months because it's 8 months away and things can change. I totally get that. Mm-hmm. It's a long ways away and I have no idea if I'm going to go.
I hope you can make it.
I really do hope you... It was great meeting you last year and I would love to see you there again.
You'll have to let us know, too, if you're going to do the quail dinner on Saturday. And I think it would be a cool, fun idea to try to make sure that we butcher quail for you in the way that...
Allah or
yeah.
method.
Yeah, I forgot the word. I'm sorry. But so that it's for your religion and stuff.
I say, if you do come on Saturday, it would be awesome.
I will attempt to make a quail for you.
Yes, we can do that. I think we can make that happen.
I think so.
Lee's Quail says, so ready to meet everyone at QuailCon. I would love to meet everybody.
Yes.
I got to meet Tiffany there, Tickle Trunk, Verna, and so many other people. Steve. It was weird.
Frank and
we
Laura.
were on our way out of town and I seen Steve again.
Yeah, at the gas station. It was really weird.
There were so many other people that I met there. I don't even remember their names.
It was kind of a blur.
And it was very weird, too, because a lot of people knew me, and I didn't know them. And they were like, hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
And I'm like...
Good.
Like, this is really weird, because, yeah.
But then they would be like, oh, I'm blah, 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 and my name on YouTube is blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh!
Jasmine's talking about...
When I go to rabbit shows. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sure it happens to you way more than us.
Yes.
Jasmine says you can compost your rabbit fur.
Ooh.
You can, but I find that the birds like it for their nests, so I just kind of let it go in the yard.
Frank says they're getting a vendor table as well. I do.
Oh, that's right.
Yes. I did know about that. I do know.
You knew?
I do know. I did it. I did
I'm
know
excited
that.
for their booth because I know some of the stuff they're going to have. It's going to be awesome.
Verna says invest in a shop vac at work. Lee says, I sure wanted to go last year, just couldn't make it work out. Yeah, it was kind of a short notice type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, Kelly says, my silver fox is named Onyx too, and he has my birthday. Best papa ever.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
It's a great name.
Verna says an exhaust fan in the window does wonders. Yes, it does.
Never underestimate the power of circulation.
Exactly. I'm hoping to air condition the rabbitry this summer.
Kelly wants to know, do you eat your rabbits? Yes, she does.
Yes, we do. We eat
I've actually
many.
had a teal stone rabbit.
Yes.
And it was very yummy.
Tiffany taught me how to butcher a rabbit, actually.
Yeah, I did. That was a fun day. Also, Jameson always references, he's just like, do you remember the time that we gave dead animal parts to a child?
My daughter?
The rabbit foot. Yeah. And then the cats played with it.
Yeah, I dried those all out and everything. And then I had them sitting on the counter for a little while. And then the one day, the black cat, what was her name? Starlight. She came running through the bedroom, and I was like, "What do you have in your mouth?"
And it was a rabbit foot.
Because it was one of the big rabbit feet,
like that's awesome.
Back one, and I'm like, "What the heck is that?"
And then she dropped it. I'm like, "That's really gross, and it's got to go."
But yeah, Jameson always references that. I'm just like, yes, Jameson, I do remember that.
She loved it, so whatever. It's not
I'm glad.
She's horrified by it or anything.
Yes, I'm glad she wasn't scarred. She did ask for it.
It was probably the highlight of her life.
I mean, Olivia versus our son Preston. Between the two of them, like she kind of gets squeamish a little bit about like calling out the birds and stuff, but like otherwise, she loves animals, and she kind of wants to be a vet when she grows up. She's not completely sure, but like, so like to her, seeing the different parts of the animals, like in the insides and stuff, she gets really intrigued by that.
That's very cool. Yeah.
I think it's cool. So
and then our son, on the other hand, is like running in the opposite direction. I mean, not like running, but he's like, I'm gonna go inside and find something to do.
He loves animals, but he just doesn't like seeing that at all.
He gets that from me. I think like he gets all he sees is the emotional side of it. I think, and I think someday he'll realize like the view that I have on it. Like we love them, which is why we're culling them and eating. Like we're not contributing to like factory farms and stuff. Basically. So.
Vernon wants to know if you have done a video on how to sex your kits.
I did, but it's not titled how to sex them or anything like that.
It's a breeding video, wasn't it?
Yeah, I do. I have a 3-part breeding series, sort of. I just asked my followers if they would like me to redo that. It was only last year, like the beginning. Was it last year? I think it was last year. But anyway, yeah, it's in the very first video, probably a little over halfway through, and I show up close and personal, so that should help you, I think. I show like, the different ages too, because they do look different when they get older, so.
I think is there a picture in the SOP book? I think there might be.
I've never even looked at it.
There's a picture on my blog too, if you want me to get that link.
You can if you want.
I can find that.
Send it over in the chat and I can post it. S.L. Swanson says, did we post Tiffany's YouTube channel is in the description of this live. So.
Oh, thank you.
Kelly wants to know how big a silver fox is versus a New Zealand.
I believe they're the same, standard-wise, I think. Females 10 to 12, males 9 to 11, I believe. Don't quote me on that because I'm not extremely well-versed in New Zealand's, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
They look very similar in size, at least, but maybe one is more dense or something. I don't know.
Ed posted a link to Tiffany's YouTube channel. And then I will post this blog link here.
Yeah, this. If you scroll down on it just a little, actually, it's pretty much right there, but it does show the difference between a buck and a doe.
Verna wants to know, what's the hardest thing about raising rabbits?
Getting attached and having to cull. It's very, very difficult for me. It's because I know, like I said, I don't raise an animal shelter. I don't have an animal shelter. I try not to get attached, but also I love animals. I'm definitely an animal person. I definitely get attached to some of my breeders, especially mamas that I've seen through litters. And so one of the hardest things that I had to do just recently is cull Clove, and I loved her so much. So it was very, very difficult. It's not easy sometimes, but you're doing the right thing. You know what I mean? So it's just very, very difficult. That and having to cull young kits is very difficult for me because I don't like doing that. They're just so small and innocent, and I just feel so bad, but sometimes you have to.
Do you just do it for like health issues or
for kits?
Yeah.
If I see a fader and I know it's a fader, because you'll get to the point where you're breeding rabbits and you're like, that one's gonna die. Like that's when I usually say I anticipate losing at least one more or something like that. Mm-hmm. I sometimes see a fader and I'm just like, I know you're not gonna make it, and I will cull them because it's worse to me to think about them having to like die naturally, either suffocating or getting squished or something, So yeah. I just choose to.
It's humane.
Yeah. But it's so hard for me. I hate that. It doesn't get easier either sometimes.
Oh, great. Oh boy.
It never gets easier.
Yeah.
I don't think it ever gets easy.
Yeah.
You learn of different ways to cope with it, I guess.
Yeah,
it's
for
easy
sure.
You have issues.
That's true.
I'm just saying. But Breeze Bunny Farm says, I am trying to get the motivation to start sharing my rabbit showing experiences with YouTube. Any word of advice for someone starting a YouTube channel about rabbit showmanship?
There's, surprisingly little video on YouTube about rabbit shows. That's something yes.
I only know that just because of the research I did.
Yeah.
And it's
not because I was looking for it. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Because of posting the video, I was doing research on how to get the video out there more, and yeah, there literally isn't much.
Yeah, it's not a very well known thing, honestly. But yeah, and it's very hard to film at rabbit shows, and I tell my followers that all the time. I'm just like, I would love to do more vlogs with you, but I am all over the place because usually I go to triple shows, so I have silver foxes at one table and they're like calling creams at another table, and I'm running across the building. Like, it is so hard.
You have a video too that's like how to enter rabbit show though, where you show a lot of that, I think, which is helpful.
Yeah, so if you're wanting to go to rabbit shows and that's like, you're wanting to learn how to do that, that would probably be a helpful video to watch. But if she's asking how like to vlog and get started on YouTube, like vlogging rabbit shows, I would say do it because there's just not a lot of content out there about it. And I would like to see more of it. I can't physically do it all by myself. Like, so I usually just don't vlog. I usually just do Instagram stories. But I would love to see more rabbit show videos out there. I think that'd be awesome.
I think it helps. I can't imagine, like, when we were there, I can't imagine, like, doing the rabbits and the video. Like, we definitely, like, helped each other a lot.
Yeah.
And it doesn't help. I can't hear. So it's like...
It was hard for me to hear when they were calling the different breeds. And, like,
We almost missed our first
screwed up the creme one. Yeah, like they were calling it, and I don't know, the breed before it must not have had very many rabbits because they called the two before it, and we're like, okay, we have a little bit of time. And then I heard them call for the creams again, and like everybody was up there already and already shown the rabbits,
bad.
And they were all pissed off that that we didn't show up. And then like the judge barely even looked at Croissant.
Yeah,
he was like, happy with us.
Oh yeah, she gets first because there was nobody else to show against her.
Right.
And then he instantly was like, yeah, that one's Bob and that one's BOS and goodbye.
Yeah.
I was like, all right.
We didn't get much feedback, which kind of sucks. But Jim was still super cool.
Yeah.
He was showing too. He's like...
Yeah, he showed like 4 or 5 rabbits.
Yep, because he had a junior buck, a junior doe, and a senior buck and a senior doe. I also learned apparently nobody around here really shows intermediates, or at least at this show we went to. There's like no intermediates.
I love showing intermediates. That's my favorite age. Yes.
Yeah.
My favorite
apparently
age.
nobody here got that memo. At least at that last one. Well, I guess we'll see. But
probably the thing with Jim is that he's probably got rabbits that hit senior weight by the time they're still like young. They're probably still juniors, but they probably already hit senior weight, which is why he's probably bumped them up. So
yeah, and I think he said that like in the video we released, you can hear him saying that he had a junior buck, but he didn't bring him
senior weight.
Yeah, but he didn't bring him to the show because he was too big for the junior class.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't stand a chance against like the seniors because he was too young and his fur wasn't developed.
Yep.
That's one thing I'm a little bit nervous about right now because I have Rhodey and he's what 8.5 pounds I think is what I rated him last week. He's 8.5 pounds and he's not even 5 months old yet, and I'm just like, dude, slow down. I'm just like, I'm not gonna be able to show you at nationals, and that's the whole point.
Quail Town wants to know: do you do any canning or food preservation?
I'm going to get better about that this year, I promise. But I do like vacuum seal, like, stuff like green beans, and I make pasta sauce and pizza sauce and can that. And I also make a lot of pickles, and I'm planning on making so many pickles this year and freezing them. I'm so excited about it. I love pickles. So planning on doing that, but also I would love to do, since we're planning on doing so many like squash type things, I would love to make like in bulk, like butternut squash and like freeze it and just like have like, have a bunch of like different like types of soup and stuff to just pull out. I think that'd be so awesome.
Kelly Quail Keeper says, my breeders are in a colony. Can I still feed the super mix to buck? Can you elaborate on ingredients?
If they're talking about the super mix that I talked about in one of my older videos, let me see if I can remember it exactly, because right now I'm only doing oats and pumpkin seeds. So I usually do oatmeal, raw unshelled pumpkin seeds, black oil sunflower seeds, flax seeds, and barley. And I just mix them all into equal parts, and it's kind of like a nice little show supplement to give them. All of the different ingredients kind of do something different, like health-wise, so that's kind of why I mix it all together. Flax seeds are highly underrated, though. Like, flax seeds have so many omegas in them, like omega-3s, I think it is. So good for like skin and coat.
I think.
What was that? Is it 6?
Omega-6 and omega-3.
I think it's. I just know it's very good for like their skin and coat. They're just so underrated as like a small animal supplement, I think. So flax seeds are good.
I feel like they're expensive for like the kind that I found was like some like organic stuff.
Is it the same ones I bought?
So it's the same company, but mine are like a different color than yours. Mine look like ticks, and it like grosses me out.
They do kind of, yeah, like little tiny ones.
Yep, yeah, they look like deer ticks.
I can see that. Yeah, I can definitely see that.
But yours are like more of a brown, and the ones that I have are more of a darker color for some reason.
Because I think the store had 2 different kinds, and I bought the one that was less expensive.
There's golden ones and there's brown ones that I found.
That's it. I bet, because yours are light.
Oh, they're awfully brown.
They're awfully brown.
Anywho. But I forgot about the barley, though.
If they're asking if they can feed it to their buck, too, I mean, I would just... In a colony setting, he's probably getting plenty of exercise, so I don't know if I'd really worry about him becoming obese in a colony setting. But in a cage setting, I might not give a buck too much of that, because it's a very fatty mixture.
Our kits have been eating, because I've been giving Elsa that power mix because she just had babies and I want her to like come back from that. But her babies were eating the oats. I'm like, get out of there.
Yeah, they can eat it. That's
fine. They're gonna get fat. Oh, they can.
Yeah, I mean, don't give them like a whole cup or anything like that, but a couple here and there, that's fine.
Yeah, I give a quarter cup of the power mix to each of them. So I make sure I take a scoop out there so I don't like just eyeball it, because when I eyeball it, all of a sudden I'm probably like giving them more and more and more.
I usually do a couple of I usually do a tablespoon or 2. Like, it's good for show prep though. I usually use it for show prep, but also like mamas when they just have their babies, it does help, I think.
Yeah. Stray cats love to catch rabbits. Yeah, I suppose. I know my mom just got my mom just got a stray cat, and she used to like
cats.
Yes, she brought. Oh my god! So we used to get rid of stray cats. That sounds
very
really
kindly.
Bad. Yes, in a humane way.
Yes.
Well, she went outside to get rid of one, and it touched her hand, and
it meowed and licked her.
And she brought it in, and now she's like feeding it and getting it fixed and whatever.
That's awesome.
Then all of a sudden another one showed up. I'm like, yeah, that happens. That one, she promised me she's keeping outside. It's a boy, and she's going to have it be like her mouser. So they're also good mousers. Yeah. And then, so Quail Town says, how old can they be and successfully breed? So, well, I think we talked about like when to start breeding, and then, but what about like how old? Like, when do they start not producing typically? Like, when can you expect that maybe?
Well, that question right there, I would say like your bucks, you can start as early as like between 4 and 5 months old. Bucks are potent at that point. I bred a lilac silver fox 4.5 months old to one of my older does, and he produced how many babies? I can't even remember, like 10 or something. Not 10, 7 maybe, something like that, between 7 and 10, I think. And so they can definitely breed that when they're just still that young. But yeah, does, I would say still like, wait a little bit on your does until they hit senior weight probably, or like at least between 6 to 9 months old is what I usually tell people. But
they're a good mom. Yeah. S.L. Swanson says, we've temporarily adopted a dog today. One came to our porch and scratched for 2 hours to come in. I took him 3 doors down and tried to chase him away. He came back. Sorry. We gave up and let him in. Oh, he just wants love. Well, hopefully you can find who he belongs to or find him a home. Dreamweaver's Haven Homestead said, I'm hoping I can get my rabbitry barn done soon. This weather and supplies are holding me up. Yes, nice. I agree. That's why we built our quail barn out of pallets. It's not the prettiest, but yeah.
Hey, it works.
Mm-hmm. The quail love it. PJ's Family Farm says, I have 2 of those owls around my barnyard. No hawks, but doesn't deter eagles. Yeah, they get a little big for their britches. And
I might need to get one of those owls.
Mm-hmm. I saw it was in a parenting group. This was several years ago. Somebody bought one of them, and they kind of look scary or whatever. Like, they're not cute owls. And they put it in their yard to deter hawks or whatever. And their, young daughter went and picked it up and, basically was treating it like a stuffed animal, slept with it,
Oh
took
my
it
God.
everywhere. And I'm like, they're like, now we have to get another one.
That's hilarious.
So I'm like, that's cute, yeah.
I totally thought Ed's thing said, let's go.
Katrina says, I guess you have to wear gloves when tanning with battery acid. Yeah, probably a good idea.
You need to wear gloves with the alum method too. It's very drying.
Verna said, I'm still debating between rabbits and cavi.
I've had cavies.
Is that how you pronounce it? Sorry.
Cavies. Well, I
never read it.
I just say cavie. I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty sure
that makes more sense.
It's probably either way, but they poop a lot. I mean, like rabbits poop a lot too, but cavies poop so much. I had to get rid of mine.
I say you had to, because didn't you? It was like a 2-level thing, right? That you had for a while. Yeah. Katrina asks, what happens when you raise up the J feeder for the babies to eat? Then, how high should the top of the J feeder be inside the hutch for both mama and babies to be able to eat?
Oh, excuse me. Pretty sure my J feeders, what are they? Like 3 inches up, maybe? Something like that. But I also provide bowls for babies too, because they sometimes when they're really, really tiny, they have a hard time, reaching the J feeders. So I usually give them bowls. In Mira's cage, she has a J feeder, and I also give a big bowl of food too. But she doesn't dig, so I mean, if they dug, I don't know what I would do. I'm pretty sure they can still reach though. I mean, my babies, they can reach at 3 weeks old, or at 3 to 4 weeks old.
Usually. So the bottom of your J feeders are 4 inches.
He looked at your picture.
Is it?
Yeah. But I don't know if that was a baby. That was a baby cage.
Yeah, it was the one with the baby saver.
The baby saver.
The baby saver.
Yeah.
I can't even remember now. But I do know that once
cage, it's the ones with your it was the baby. It's the with the PVC.
Yeah. But
the bottom of it's 4 inches.
Okay. So, but they can reach it though. They do stand on their tippy toes though. It's really cute. But I give them bowls too. I mean, the little tiny babies, I'd give them bowls. Because I am worried at first that they're not going to be able to reach it.
Mitchell says back scratcher to clean out hutches is brilliant.
It is brilliant. I learned that by accident.
Jesse says this isn't the show for holding back, Tiffany.
Oh, I don't hold back.
Oops. No, okay. Oh, okay.
It's a latte.
Yes, she's very loud.
Oh, Verna said, no. Blues are for increasing my flock. Yeah. Not the balut. Jasmine said, I would totally help out with restaurant egg orders. So much excess eggs here.
Nice.
No bark.
Jasmine was asking, where do you find the standard guide?
The Standard of Perfection, probably.
The ARBA's website has one you can buy.
ARBA.net.
Yeah, there you go. I believe it's like $24 or $25. Kelly Quail Keepers says, do you think it's cruel or inappropriate to breed lionhead to a Californian?
Which one is the doe? That's what I would think ask.
The lionhead would be the male.
Yeah, don't breed. Yeah, make sure it's the buck that's the lionhead, not the other way around, because that could possibly kill your lionhead if the lionhead's a doe.
Evie's World says, I hashed out some quail and one of them is black. Even has black feet and blackbeak. I can't say what it is because I have no idea. I just started quail. Interesting.
It could be a growl because they can sometimes be pretty dark. But there are black quail.
Callie's Quail Keeper says it's likely a Tibetan.
Oh, or Tibetan. Sorry. Yes, it's probably more likely that.
What the Quail Farm here says, hello all, I'm sorry I'm late. No problem. What the Quail Farm says, so this is where all the cool peeps hang out, LOL.
Yes.
And
cool
Ed said, yup. I would agree with Ed. Let's see, where are we?
We're super behind. I'm sorry, Tiffany.
I
know you're an hour ahead of us, too.
Kelly Quail Keeper says, keep the thumbs up. Verna says, you don't know what they feed them in China. Just, you don't buy any dog treats from China. I don't buy dog anything. Well, I just, why am I printing things?
My whole thing is not necessarily what they feed them, but how are they treated. I'm just very all about that. You know what I mean?
Verna wants to know, do you worry about busting the bladder when culling the rabbits?
We just did on Sunday because we butchered a couple and accidentally busted a bladder. It was disgusting. We're usually pretty good at it, but you really should be careful not to. It's not going to destroy your meat or anything like that. You just need to wash it extra good if you do. It's disgusting though.
Yeah, it is. Jesse Mills says that was so nice not having to break ice this morning.
Yes. Oh my gosh, amazing.
Do you grow fodder for your rabbits?
So that was the question that I had seen, but I didn't respond to it because we're doing the whole in. But anyway, I just ordered this new shelving system and new lighting system, and we are going to be trying to do some indoor fodder stuff this year, but it will probably be a lot of failure before we actually get good at it. Because there's probably a learning curve there. But I'm going to be using it to start my seeds first thing. But we are going to be trying to do some fodder for the rabbits for sure.
I need to start seeds.
Yeah,
Jasmine
I'm behind.
says, this live stream has been refreshing and fun.
Thank you.
Yay!
What the Quail Farm says, let him dig. Let's go, Brandon.
Yes.
World says growing mushrooms is very easy and fun. I grew them in plastic storage containers. So there you go. SO says dig that hole, Brandon.
Oh my god.
Then I can get my hydroponics video.
Yes.
That will happen as soon as I finish clearing out that wall in the office and moving things around and putting the grow tent in. Yeah. That's the problem. Verna says, on the quail, the only ones that count are breeding hens.
Exactly.
Yes, the breeders are the only ones that we count.
Frank says, so rabbit math sucks too?
Yep.
It will take over your entire life. If you let it, that is.
Quail and rabbit math is worse than chicken math, and I never thought that was possible, but it is.
It is. And I don't know. Rabbits are just, I just want to hold back so many of them.
Ed says, LOL, Frank, I think any animal math is screwed up. Well, it only takes two.
It is true.
And all of a sudden you've got a lot.
Katrina says, I have quail under the rabbits with bird netting under the rabbits to prevent the quail neck/head injuries and still allows poop go through. I have them on deep bedding and sand bath is inside the box.
That's a good idea. That's a good setup.
What the Quail Farm says, I can't keep up with the quail math and rabbit math. My head will start hurting. Verna wants to know, how many litters of kits do you have each year?
Me personally?
Yeah, you.
I don't know. I really don't even know.
Friends don't count friends' litters.
Yeah, we really don't. I honestly probably couldn't even get you a rough count. I mean, at least 12. Probably. Maybe more.
Katrina says, plus the does have the dewlap in front. Yep. Verna says, what is a dewlap?
It's the big, like, puffy.
Back roll.
Yeah. Fat neck roll.
Pull all their fur for babies.
Oh, is that why they have it?
I've never actually seen one. Well, I guess I have seen them pull from their dewlap a little bit, but they can't hardly get the fur out of it. Yeah, I usually see them pull they pull fur around their nipples. So their babies can get to the food better.
I've seen them pull it from their dewlap.
Yeah, I see them try, but they always get stuck. There's Mirren.
Mirren! She's so cute.
She's my baby kitty.
Verna wants to know what a rabbit would be if it was a mix between a silver fox and a cream. It would be freezer camp food.
It's just meat rabbit, right?
Yeah, I have done that. You end up with gold tip steels and chestnut agoutis, but we started focusing on creams. Yeah. we started focusing on purebred creams, so we don't crossbreed them anymore. We were just doing it for meat production, but yeah.
Yusuf wanted to know if you have any pet rabbits like Holland Lops.
No, I do not. I don't have any pet rabbits, although I wouldn't put it past like me to bring a good breeder that I've loved, like retire it into the house or something like that. I would definitely be the one to do something like that. But I do want American Fuzzy Lops. I think that would be really fun to have an American Fuzzy Lop.
Verna says it's sometimes tough love that you have to call so they don't suffer.
Yep.
What the Quail Farm says, I can barely keep up with building quail cages. Now I might have to try some rabbits too.
Yes. Everybody needs to get in on it.
Verna says in a couple weeks I have 60 rabbits to call.
60 birds?
Birds, yep.
Jeez.
Looks like we're going to Verna's for quail dinner. Here we go. She said, sounds good. Just help with calling. Kelly Quail Keeper says, I love flax myself. Organic at grocery store, grocery outlet. Pretty sweet. Omegas galore.
Yes. It's underrated.
Verna says, flax seeds are black and golden. Good for all animals. Katrina says, I threw flax from the store out in my front yard and had a meadow of flowers. They reseed every year. I pull a bunch to eat. So not nearly as many before now.
I didn't know they produced flowers. That's cool.
Me either.
I guess that makes sense, though, if they were going to seed.
Kelly Quail Keeper says, birds love flax too. She also said, I have a lot of miner's lettuce growing wild here. Chock full of vitamin C, giving as treats. It is bad to give chard and spinach as treats. Is it bad to give chard and spinach treats? No lettuce and little carrots, correct?
Well, with your lettuce, you want to avoid iceberg lettuce altogether. Iceberg lettuce is not good because it's full of water and has very, very little nutrients. So, it's a recipe for diarrhea with your rabbits, basically. So, iceberg lettuce is bad. Leaf lettuce is actually really good for rabbits, though. So, like your your regular leaf lettuces, not the watery like balled up lettuce. You know what I mean? But carrots are pretty sugary, so yeah, I would limit them. But they love carrot tops. Carrot tops are so good for rabbits too.
Jess says, what size cages do you recommend for breeding does?
All of my breeding does have 30 by 36 cages.
Yep, same.
Bucks get 30 by 30.
Galaxy's got himself a suite.
Yeah, that's what I say whenever I have like a buck in a big doe cage. I'm just like, you're lucky right now, dude.
The king suite.
I just build them all the same size.
Yeah. So. Well, even our one mini Rex doe, she's in a 36 by 30.
Is she now? Yeah. Oh yeah, she is.
Because we put a nest box in there. So really, if they have a nest box, she does kind of need it, but she looks a little ridiculous in there.
Oh yeah. Well, she's a bigger. Are you serious?
I love you,
dude? Yeah. Just, drop my iPad.
I'm why we can't have nice things.
Yes, you are. I don't even know where I was at.
Sorry.
Looks like Verna says
old rabbits get tough.
And they do. Yes, they do. So we like to butcher our rabbits between 8 and 12 weeks old, but we do wait until 12 weeks just so we can properly evaluate them mainly. But we try not to wait any longer than at least between 12 and 16 weeks. We try not to wait any longer than that to butcher them, because then they start getting really tough. But what we do with the seniors, if we ever have to butcher seniors or older rabbits, is we slow cook them and we shred them and make stuff like that, or it's dog food or it's bone broth. So there's many uses for them even when they're old, but they are tougher. They're not as good.
Jennifer wants to know, when you win a show legs at a rabbit show, do they mail you a document to your address or give you a record at the show?
Well, they used to mail them, but now with the technology we have nowadays, they just email it. So usually with your email, you'll just get your leg like in a PDF. But it usually takes around 2 to 4 weeks to get them. I think they have 30 days after the show to send them to you. So sometimes they take their sweet time.
Verna was asking, I was only asking, how many times can you breed a doe in a year?
Oh, in general. So I would not recommend going over 4 breedings a year personally, but I'm also very low intensity because I really care about my animals. I don't really want to kill them with breeding, So usually we do 4 litters a year, maybe I would say 4.5 if she's going over, you know what I mean? Going over the year, or whatever. Yeah. So you can do 5 is more of a higher intensity, but I personally do 4.
Jesse Mills says, Verna, they can technically have 12. They can rebreed as soon as the babies are born. It's hard on them, though. Best to give them a month or 2 between litters.
Yeah, I'd imagine they get really out of condition then.
I would say that would kill your rabbit. I mean, I wouldn't do that.
Verna wants to know, how long is the pregnancy of a rabbit?
Well, 31 days is the average. Most of mine go to day 32. Oh, actually, Cassie was due today, and I didn't check on her yet. I have to do that after this. But usually they say between day 29 and 35-ish, anywhere between there. But you want to give your nest box at day 27. And if your rabbit doesn't give birth by day 35, I usually recommend to people at least go till day 40. If she doesn't have babies by day 40, then you can rebreed because she probably didn't take.
Jennifer wants to know, have you ever had a rabbit start sneezing due to fines in a rabbit feed? He is fed in a bowl.
They can. I mean, the fines, the powder that comes off of the pellets, can get up their nose. So, I mean, it can cause sneezing for sure. They can also be allergic to hay. So any dust or anything like that, like irritation, like in their nose, can cause them to sneeze.
That's it.
Oh, that's it. Okay. All right. Sweet. Thank you. I didn't know this was going to go this long. Thank you, Tiffany.
Okay. I told you I had no time constraints.
Yeah.
SO wants to know, why do you put the box in at 27 days and not keep it in all the time?
Because if you put it in too soon, she will start to use it and see it as a litter box. So if you give it to her before she actually has her babies, like a little bit right before she has her babies, then she knows, hey, there's a nice little spot that I need to actually go have my babies in. So that's why we do it that way. Otherwise, they will start peeing and pooping in it, and it's not good.
Yeah, little mama, when we thought she was pregnant, I put the nest box in there, and she didn't pull fur. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. And she dug like a little hole. I'm like, all right, come on. She ended up just like chilling in there. She was not pregnant. By like day 35, I'm like, you're not pregnant, are you?
Yeah. Yep. Sometimes they're like, yeah. Sometimes they'll just eat the hay in there and that's it.
Yeah, she just wanted to be fat. Katrina says, thank you for all the information and great conversation. And Callie Quail Keeper says, thank you all. Have a great evening, everyone. Verna says, this has been very interesting. Thanks, Tiffany. Yes, thank you so much for joining us and answering all of our questions. We really appreciate it. So, and what the Quail Farm says, the chat has been fun tonight. So, yeah, we'll leave it at that. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, head over to Tiffany's channel and do the same thing as well. She has lots of great information over there. Oh, did I skip some? I'm so sorry, guys.
No, they just came in.
Oh, okay. Yes, head over and check out Tiffany's channel. She's the rabbit guru. So, but otherwise, we'll see you guys next week.
Pumpkin Spice says thank you.
And yeah, Pumpkin Spice latte.
Hit the thumbs up.